All right, let's get right into it. There's a company called SoundHound AI that is making some serious headlines, and it's all about the power of your voice. So today, we're going to break down what's going on, from brand new tech that's showing up in cars to some pretty wild numbers that have Wall Street, well, they're paying very close attention.
You've been there, right? We all have. You're trying to get directions, we're yelling at your dashboard, and it just does not get it. It's so frustrating, and it feels like technology from a decade ago. Well, that exact problem is right at the heart of this whole story.
So let's start with the big news, the thing that's really putting SoundHound on the map right now, and it's all happening on the road, where this company is trying to completely change how we talk to our cars.
And here it is. This is a huge deal. SoundHound just hit a major milestone with the auto giant Stellantis. Their generative AI voice assistant is now officially live in some Jeep models over in Europe. And when we say generative AI, we mean an assistant that can actually have a conversation with you, understand context. This is a massive step forward in the race for better in-car tech. And this really gets to the core of what's changing. We are moving way beyond those clunky, simple commands like find me gas. SoundHound's technology is built for a real back and forth, a natural conversation. It understands what you mean, not just the keywords you happen to say.
SoundHound's Chief Operating Officer Michael Zagorczyk really puts it best. He's saying this isn't just another cool gadget. What they're aiming for is a whole new standard for how we drive, making it feel more natural, more connected, and, this is the important part, safer, because your hands stay on the wheel.
But, this story is so much bigger than just what's happening in cars. The momentum that SoundHound is building right now is spilling over into some really different, and let me tell you, very profitable areas. Let's dig into that. So yeah, things are going well for them. They just posted record quarterly revenue. Their stock has absolutely skyrocketed over the last year. And they're not even stopping at voice. They're already rolling out something new called Vision AI, which is designed to understand what it's seeing and what you're saying at the same time. Okay, let's just stop and look at this number for a second. That record revenue we just mentioned, it wasn't just a little bit higher. It was a 217% increase from the same time last year. That is the kind of explosive, triple-digit growth that makes everybody on Wall Street snap to attention. And here's where a lot of that other growth is coming from. It's not just cars. Over 14,000 restaurants are now using SoundHound's AI for things like taking drive-through orders. And get this, 1,000 of those signed up in just the last quarter alone. The pace is incredible. And all this success has the company feeling pretty good about the future. They've actually raised their 2025 revenue forecast, with the high end now at $178 million. That's a huge signal to investors that they believe this crazy growth is here to stay. So, we've seen the growth, right? But what's the end game? What is the absolutely massive opportunity that's fueling all of this excitement? What's the prize they're all chasing? Well, it all comes down to this number, $35 billion. A recent study figured that's how much annual revenue car makers could tap into if they get voice-assisted shopping right inside our vehicles. It's just a mind-boggling number that basically represents an entirely new economy. And the name for this giant market is voice commerce. Just think about it for a second. Ordering your morning coffee, paying for gas, buying movie tickets, all by just talking to your car. This isn't just a nifty feature, it's a whole new way of doing business. Now, with a vision that big and numbers to back it up, you can bet the experts are taking a very, very close look. So, what's the verdict from Wall Street analysts? How are they feeling about SoundHound? This is a really powerful quote from Dan Ives, who is one of the most influential tech analysts out there. He's calling SoundHound an underappreciated pure-play AI company. What that means is he sees them as a direct, focused bet on the entire AI revolution itself, not just some company with an AI feature. So, why are analysts like him so optimistic? Well, it's not just a hunch. First off, Ives put them on his super exclusive AI Revolution 30 list. Plus, they have a really diverse customer base. It's not just cars, it's restaurants too. And this is key. No single customer accounts for more than 10% of their revenue. That shows a really healthy, stable business. And it's not just one guy. If you look at all the analysts covering the company, the consensus is pretty clear. Out of 8 of them, 5 rate the stock a strong buy. That shows a ton of confidence from the people whose job it is to know this stuff. Okay, let's zoom all the way out. We've talked about cars, we've talked about drive-thrus,
But what is the real long-term game-changing potential of this technology? Some of the predictions are, frankly, wild.
Take this from wealth advisor Robert Gilliland. He's predicting that in just 5 to 7 years, this kind of conversational AI won't just be something extra. He thinks it could actually replace the things we use every single day: buttons, keyboards, even touchscreens, and maybe even human jobs in customer service.
And that kind of big picture thinking is what's fueling some absolutely massive hype. That same advisor went so far as to suggest that if SoundHound really pulls off its vision, it's the kind of stock people could literally retire on in just 5 years. Which brings us to our last question. We started this whole thing talking about a clunky voice assistant in a car, but the future this technology points to is so much bigger. Are we really looking at a future where keyboards and touchscreens just go away, becoming relics of the past? It's a pretty fascinating thought, isn't it?